Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another weekly update. Hope everybody's having a lovely weekend. And with that being said, getting some preparation for the upcoming week. Things should be explosive. They are looking like they will be explosive. Let's kick it off with SPY's weekly chart. All right, guys, we're starting here. The picture is pretty clear. You came back. You did not test our 56516 level. You missed it by less than 15 cents there. Your low was 56527. You missed it by 11 cents on the week. All right. You went right back up. You now have increasing volume on the week after putting in this hammer-like looking candlestick, and it does not look bad for the bulls. It does look like we are probably going to get some continuation off of this week's candlestick next week. All right. And I'm just going to preface the video by saying, guys, we have so many charts looking ready to explode. It's freaking crazy. All right. All the big boys, they're ready to explode. We're looking really juicy for upside. All right. Real juicy. But yeah, you got a weekly hammer, break and retest action going on, increasing volume on that retest, looking really nice. Then you come over here to the daily time frame, you can see you were getting rejected 2 days in a row, beneath the 9 EMA over here, the daily 9 EMA. You got above it, and you print a bullish candlestick with increasing volume. It does look like we are probably going to be taking out 574.71 early on in the week, probably on Monday. That is just how it's looking. All right. Do not look for any crazy pullback until you start seeing these bearish diverges pop up. All right. Right now, we're starting this advance, and we're probably going to keep going. I don't think this is just going to end right around the corner. I think it's literally just starting. All right. So I think over the next 1 to 2 weeks, we have a chance for a nice rally. I told everyone. I was saying it pretty clearly the whole entire time, this whole time here, once we started looking for the pullback, which, if you remember correctly, it was literally on the day of the top, and then we started pulling back. And I said that, this pullback, it's going to make everyone lose their mind. But in reality, downside's probably limited. We're probably just going to see a pullback, break and retest, and then boom, everything goes back to normal. And then, that cloud of fear, it's just somehow going to disappear, and the market's going to rally out of it. All right. And I believe I gave the analogy over here on QQQ. Someone was going to take her behind the shed. There's that. Okay. She's going to look all ugly. And then, in like a week or two from now, she's going to put some makeup on, and she's going to, be in the crowd cheering for her once again. And that's what's happening right now. All right. She was looking pretty ugly. Now she's looking pretty nice. You get closed out the week with a weekly hammer candlestick off increasing volume here. You also, I don't have the zone we were paying attention to here, but I will put it back on the chart just so everyone can see that. It was from right there. I'm pretty sure it was that. All right. And I actually can then right. All right. But we were watching the zone. It did end up marking the bottom. I didn't know if it was going to mark the bottom, but we came back to retest that we were looking for this week. That was our downside target for QQ, and then SPY, our downside target was over here, 56516. Looking for that retest. All right. Both those found bullish reactions off of those retests, and now we are looking like we're about to advance back up to the highs. It does not look bad at all. It looks like QQ is probably about to take out 493.69 early on in the week and continue up to 503.52. I'm not saying we hit a new all-time high this week, but I am going to point out that it's only a 3% move, and the range on this week was like literally 2%. So, give us some action here. We're going to be really close to all-time highs, so I'm thinking we either hit it this week or the next week. Let's get it. All right. And, quite frankly, I think we probably do have, the potential here to have a, just 1 week where we literally get all the way up here. And then we have a fresh next break. We have another fresh breakout on our hands. And then we could look at the same action that happened over on SPY. Maybe it consolidates, maybe it pulls back. But in the end, we're just going to be looking at that pullback as a buying opportunity. Guys, this market is probably about a rally. All right. It's probably about to rip some faces. We're going to make it real easy for SPY, guys. Is support this week. Watch 569.90. Watch 565.16. Resistance, you're watching 574.71. And then above there, we have the next level, the next psych level, which is going to be 580. All right, so we're really just going to be looking for 580 this week. That's what we're paying attention to. The psych level after that is going to be 585. You see how you started stalling out around 575? Let's see if we get the same thing on the next ones. Okay, coming over to QQQ, we're also going to make it really easy for us. Okay, we're going to mark this low. Your support for the week, 484.54, 477.40. Underneath there, bad things happen. On the upside is resistance. You have 488.41, 493.69, 498.44, and 503.52. I do think we are going to be moving to the upside. That is my opinion. I just think that is how the charts are set up to go. You can clearly see on the weekly chart. All right. You got the doom and gloom candlestick when everyone lost their minds. You got this when everyone really lost their minds. And then, boom, it's back to normal. Now it's a neutral market. And, yeah, it's not looking bearish, guys. And I just want to remind everyone, yeah, the pullback was a buying opportunity. It was all along. Okay. I know, it really hasn't bounced back yet, but what we just saw was your buying opportunity. And maybe it comes back a little deeper and you get more of a buying opportunity. It doesn't matter. We knew at the end of the day we were going to be going back up. That was the buying opportunity. There you go. All right. So that's SPY. That's QQQ. Coming over here to DIA. I'm going to point out you also closed out the week with a weekly hammer candlestick, and you do also have that increasing volume to support that. Ladies and gents, DIA is going higher. Dow Jones Industrial Average is going higher. We said even if you pull back over here, we have the perfect spot at 413.86. You would be retesting the weekly 9 over here. You did not end up pulling back, but that's what, we're definitely reminding everyone. Hey, pullback is the buying opportunity. It's looking really good whether we just continue from here or pull back. Doesn't matter. The pullback was the buying opportunity. You've had this range built out over here on DIA. You swept the low over here. Now we're going to see if this is a false breakout. It doesn't look like, with everything else we're seeing, it does not look like this is going to be the false breakout. We're probably coming up here to 426.20, and then 430 psych level is on the table. All right. But you got this, energy is just being stored up here. It's about to be released, ladies and gents. All right. And that was 1%. You're going to be looking for another 1% move. It brings you up here to 427. Okay. That's DIA. Support is going to be 418.50, 416.55, and 413.86. If somehow this, comes all the way back down here, it's probably going to break down. We're probably coming over here. But, for the time being, it looks like we're just going to be focusing on the upside. Support is 422.78 right here in the short term. And then 426.20 is that, target for the week up there. IWM, how we looking, guys? You're in a flag. That's how we looking. Weekly time frame, you came back, you found buyers on that weekly 9 EMA. Even if it pulled back, just like DIA, we knew it wasn't going to be looking bad. This thing is literally consolidating above this multi-year long range. Okay, you had this right there, 630 days. This right here, 1.5, 1.75 years right there. Right, add into all this consolidation. You've really been consolidating for 2.5 years now. The thing is going to make a move, and it's going to be to the upside. We just have to be patient on it. All right, pull back into 212.50, 212.25. There's your great buying opportunity, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't really want that to happen. That would kind of mess up this short-term really bullish look we got going on. It looks like things could get a little spicy here. Okay, you break up from this flag. That is when you are going to be looking for price to come back up to this high. So your target for the breakout of this flag is going to be 225.08. All right, that is the high of this candlestick right here. No, it's not. It is a wrong level right there. 224.94. That is going to be your target there, okay? So break above 220.34. You look for 222.45, then 224.94. Above there, we have 226.64 and 229.84. On the downside of support this week, we're going to have 217.55, 216.14. And if you do lose that level, I do have to think you're just going to come down here, 212.25, and then it's probably where you find some buyers. Right now, things are looking like they're getting ready to curl back up, and we might have a comeback story on our hands over here this week. All right, now we're going to check out Mr. VIX. How did we close out, guys? This is what we talked about. If sellers over here on VIX start stepping in up here in the zone, all right, maybe you wicked up to the top. You didn't end up doing that. But in the end, I think you're going to come back and retest this daily 9. That's a recipe for the markets going higher. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here. Maybe we get a pop and a drop on the indices. So we're experiencing the pop right now. Now we're going to have to see, do buyers step in over here at the daily 9, or do we see price start, getting back underneath it? And then we get a larger market rally on our hands. I have absolutely no idea what happens from here. But, if this does lose the daily 9, we are probably going to have a larger market rally in our hands because, hey, that's where buyers are supposed to be stepping up if they're going to hold the line. So that's your line in the sand, the daily 9, get back underneath it, get a daily close under it. It's wraps for the bears, and we are starting probably a multi-week rally here on the indices. Boom. Okay, so that's VIX. What are we going to go over next, guys? We're going to talk about the big boys. All right, the big boys aren't looking too bad at all. All right, weekly chart over here on Apple, it's kind of a mess. But when you come down to the daily chart, it doesn't look all that bad. You had the false breakout from this downtrend. You pulled back. Now you're still just stuck in this range, all right? But you're finding buyers consistently on the bottom of the range, not necessarily looking bad. I want to see that daily 9 reclaimed like we saw most of the tickers we watch every day on this channel. Except for Friday, because Friday was my birthday, so I decided to take the day off. Sorry about that. But, you know, had a good time there. Hope you guys on your birthdays had good times. Honestly, as I get older, the birthdays kind of mean less and less. But, you know, I guess I appreciate family time more as I get older. So that's a good thing, right? But yeah, guys, above 227.29, you know what? We're going to take that out. All right. Above 228, we're looking for a breakout from that downtrend. And then we're going to be looking for a move back up to 232.92. Support is going to be 223.90. Microsoft. All right. I will say it again. You're right here at the 0.618 fib. You're right here at this uptrend. You got the 4-hour RSI oversold already. All right. It is already oversold and it does not have a bullish divergence, but you know, it could form one. I don't know if it dances around here a little more before bouncing back, but it does look like it is probably going to be bouncing back from right around here. RSI was oversold. Price tap 0.618 fib. Price tap 0.618 fib. RSI oversold. Right on uptrend. All right. Like it doesn't get much better than this. If buyers are going to step in, it's going to be right here. You have this downtrend to be paying attention to. If that downtrend is broken, you probably spark a larger move back up, and we're probably going to end up at testing 530 or so. Okay, but I am at least looking for a retest of 425.86, and that is that. All right, Goog, how are we looking, guys? Daily time frame, you did print a hammer on the day. Weekly time frame, you did get above that. Daily, weekly 9 or not daily. Oh my gosh, you got that weekly 9 EMA action right there. You got above it. All right, you grinded above it on, you know, last week, and then this week we did end up getting our, you know, solid close above it. I do think that tells us we're probably moving up here to that 178.21 level. But right before that, guys, my target for this rally is just going to be 176. Why? Because that's the 0.618 fib. It's technically 126 like 25 ish, 25 ish. But yeah, 176. I'm sorry, guys, it's the morning. It's 9:46. I'm about to go to work all day. I work on the weekends. So that's fun. But yeah, 176. That is what we're looking for probably this week out of Goog. That is what I'm thinking. All right. Support is going to be 166.61 if it pulls back underneath there. If you can't hold, 161.63. But at this point, guys, I really don't think that level is going to be tested. Things want to go up and the market is ready to rip. Amazon, how we looking, guys? You did just break out of that short-term downtrend you got going on over here. You found buyers at the perfect spot. Congrats if you're a buyer with me down there. This was our buy zone in between 182.39 and 178.90. Why? Because you had the break and retest right here. So that's the first add spot. You have the 0.618 fib down here around 179, around 178.90. That support we got going on there. That makes up our buy zone. It did end up working. You got increasing volume on the day. You got that downtrend break. And on the weekly chart, what do we have? We have a nice pin bar, bullish looking candlestick on the week. Retested that weekly 9, retested that breakout spot. Things are looking absolutely phenomenal over here on Amazon. I do think we are going to be continuing back up. Now, I was very vocal about it over here. If we came down and test here, this would be your buying opportunity for a move back above 190. I still think that is going to be the case. I think we tap 190 this week, and we potentially could get all the way up to 195.37 and start pushing back up towards the highs. All right, so that's what I'm looking out for on Amazon. Meta. This is definitely the strongest of the bunch right here. Congratulations if you are playing this. We didn't end up getting our pullback, so I just capitulated and logged on this day. You know, right there. Now we're up 50%, and I do think we're about to hit 600 early next week. That is going to be a key, you know, profit-taking level right there. That's going to be a psych level. You very likely do get, you know, sellers stepping in there. Let's just say you came over here. Where's our 500 psych level? Right here. So you came up to 504. You got slammed down, back down to 488. So that's the equivalent of going from 600 back down to, you know, the 580, 590. I'm sure you don't want to sit through that. It's not the worst lady to take them profits right there. Daily RSI is sitting all the way up at like 80. All right, weekly RSI is already overbought, but as we can see, it's probably going to go for a ride here, a ripperoonie. You've had all this consolidation. You had this, double bottom breakout here. Well, what happens when the double bottom is like a $90 move? Well, it points to, or it's a $90 range. It points to a $90 move. That brings us up to $650, guys. I do think that is going to be hit on this rally. All right, Meta is just getting started here. Any pullback is going to be a buying opportunity. Now, let's just say it goes something like this, and you continue here. Maybe you hit like 610, 615. You pull back into here. That's your buying opportunity. Also, daily 9 at some point it's going to retest it. As you see, it doesn't have to do it right away. It could just consolidate as it catches up to price, and it doesn't even end up pulling back, and that could be what we get. All right. But, at the end of the day, that will eventually pull back to price, and that we're going to have to see what happens there. But that would create your opportunity. Boom. All right. But Meta definitely got the strength. If it pulls back into 583.04 early on the week, that's your buying opportunity for maybe a hammer candlestick to print right here next. But, I think this thing's probably just going to shoot up to 600 and, keep profit taking level right there for myself. So, yeah, good luck on playing the beast. This thing's a monster right now. Microsoft, not my oh my god, guys, I am tired. I caught up on sleep last night, so I don't know why I'm, performance, I guess, why I'm missing my words. I got like 4 hours of sleep the night before. So, if anything, I should have been messing up yesterday. Yesterday was a good day though. Yesterday was a good day. Friday was a good day. I hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys crushed it. Hope you guys are ready to crush it this week. We are going to kill it. Markets are looking absolutely ready to rip. I think we're going to get a lot of nice price action out of the market. And then if you are a futures trader, NASDAQ is going to probably be very fruitful, in my opinion, this week. All right, guys. You did not pull back to 233.09. I actually started nibbling right here, somewhere over here in this candlestick, and I'm just going to say, I think this thing's about to run back up. Tesla has its event October 10th. All right. I think that's probably going to be a positive catalyst right here. I'm seeing a lot of big things on Tesla. I'm seeing videos of them literally, the cars pulling up and picking up their people just from them clicking the button now. Like they're going after it. I don't know what they're going to talk about, exactly over here. It's the Robotaxi event. I don't know exactly what they're going to say. I'm just saying this thing could get freaking explosive, and we could see $300 get tapped. And I'm just telling you in advance, that's possible off of this event. I think it is. Regardless, guys, you pulled right back to this uptrend. We pointed this out. Is either going to find buyers around here. You're going to pull back to 233.09, and that's like really the major buying opportunity there. You didn't pull back to 233.09. It looks like it's just going to continue. All right. So above 251.53, you really have absolutely nothing until you get all the way back up to the highs. If you want some short-term resistance there, 251.53 above there, 255.77. And then 264.86, 271. I still think 271 is going to be hit. So we knew this pullback was going to be a pullback buying opportunity for the move up to 271 no matter what. We just don't know how long that's going to take. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, we're coming up to 271. All right, we're going to come over here to the chips, guys. Chips are looking really good on the week. You printed a hammer candlestick on the weekly time frame over there in SMH. Daily hammer on the day on Friday. It does look like you're going to be testing this 250.85, 255.92 zone early on next week. We want to see it break above 255.92, and from that point, we're watching 264. Nvidia, this is something that looks like it's absolutely going to explode. This is actually a trade idea. I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning of the video, I got 23 trade ideas for us going into next week. These look pretty solid in my personal opinion, so I hope you guys enjoy. I should have told you guys at the beginning of the video that they'll be in the end of the video. Regardless, if you're not new to the channel, every single week we have those 10 to 20 trade ideas for you. This week we just got a little more. All right, Nvidia is top tier on that list right now. You're looking like you're going to freaking explode. You're looking like you're going to break out of that downtrend. If you do break out of this massive, downtrend / pennant / inverse head and shoulders pattern, it's, all coming to fruition. It's all coming all at once right here. You're about to break out. If you can get over 127.67, you're coming back up to the highs. There's your trade idea for you, all right? Nvidia's about to go on a ripperoonie. It's about to happen. You're just consolidating here before next leg up, in my personal opinion. And as you can see, the weekly chart is definitely supportive of that thesis. Looking freaking insane. All right. AMD also looking freaking insane. Just broke out of this, how long was this? Like a year? I almost, multi-month, but yeah, it's probably been, what is 250 days? 7 months? 7, 8 months right there. All right. So 7 to 8 months of consolidation here in this downtrend flag formation, whatever we want to call this. We're going to call this a massive freaking bull flag. It just broke out. It's got the increasing volume on the breakout. It probably just continues higher next week. In the short term, we watch 174.50. Excuse me. 174.53 above there, guys. We have 187.28. Crazy things. All right, crazy things. You did not pull all the way back to the zone. That's, you see the gray lines because that was the trade idea. Pull back in the zone, buy that zone for a move up here. You cut it super short there by, $1. Okay, the low of this was over here at 158.08. We were looking for 157.05, $1.03. You missed it, and you did not hit my alert. And you started skyrocketing. It's okay, guys, because we knew it was a buying opportunity. We started nibbling. Okay, but at the end of the day, we're probably about to see a really big market rally here start up, and we're here for it, guys. I'm here for it. I hope you're here for it. We've been very vocal about this opportunity being this pullback being an opportunity. I think we're about to see, we're about to collect the fruits from our labor, and by that I mean we just had to sit back, be patient, not lose our minds, start pulling the triggers when it made sense to. And guys, if we got a bigger pullback opportunity, we're gonna take more risk on. That's pretty much it. I was very vocal about, hey. Take the emotions out of the trade. Just, we know this is probably a pullback buying opportunity. Play with some time. There's no need to try and catch the short-term move. Increase the time on your contracts and your plays. You're going to increase your win rate. All right. It was, nibbling strictly on November expirations. I like that. October, I got pussied out of them. All right. Now we've seen Nvidia end up popping up, but I pussied out on that day right there. We had TSM over here. I pussied out somewhere over here, probably around 179. And then what happens? All right. Now it's looking like it's going to freaking explode. I think this thing's pushing back up to all-time highs. But that's why I say, add some time. You're going to take your emotions out of it. You don't need to catch the short term. All right. You don't need to nail it. Okay, you just need to know over the coming weeks we're probably going to be moving up, and you're making a shit ton of money. All right, so that's how I like looking at things. I think you would benefit greatly, no matter who you are, if you take that approach. It's going to be great. It's not like you're not making great gains, guys. You're making every time you're loading up, you're catching 50 to 200% moves, even if you're playing with 1.5 to 3 months. Like, these are big moves that are happening. You don't need to have hundreds of percents of gains to make your money. It's not something that I have found to be sustainable. I feel like there's a lot of people online who do all the short-term trading with options, stuff like that. And, I tried doing the 100K challenge and stuff like that. I say that's terrible to make people think that is reality. It's not. All right. It's not. It's unrealistic. It's going to set unrealistic expectations. It's going to make you put on risks that you don't really want to put on. You just want to, meet these unrealistic expectations, and then boom, you blow yourself up. I don't want to have any part of that in anyone. I only want to be a good influence to people along the trading careers. And I'm telling you right now what works. I'll show you along the way on this channel what works. You just got to do your part and actually listen and then interpret this information and then pull your triggers with me. That is that. I make it really easy for everyone for absolutely no cost to anyone, 5 to 6 days a week here. And I hope you guys appreciate that. But at the end of the day, that is the mission. Okay. I just want to benefit people along the trading careers, and I want people to make money off of the things that I'm saying. I have no incentive to, get things wrong. And I'm telling you right now, short-term trading is how you put on a lot of freaking risk. But, just go a little further out and you're going to be good. I'll let you know when things are looking really good for those opportunities. We just had it. Avgo, we knew ahead of time we were looking for the break and retest off of our zone. This 166.85 to 172.42 zone, what was it? It was the neckline of our double bottom. We are very likely going to be finding buyers here, and if price came a little lower, you had your downtrend. Again, I will say, yes, I know I sound annoying at this point, but we knew the pullback was a buying opportunity before the freaking pullback took place. Boom. All right. And now it looks like it's going to freaking explode. You tested the weekly 9. All right. You tested your zone. It looks like you're going to head up to 185.16 this week. This is definitely something that could get explosive, just like I pointed out in a video over here. Well, Avgo is probably going to hit all-time highs earlier. TSM, I gave it a little sneak peek. All right. But again, this was, this was top watch over here this week. Why? Because you were pulling back into your inverse head and shoulders neckline. This one had the strength ahead of the market. So we knew it probably, probably continue having that strength. So this was top watch there. Pulled back into your 172.45 to 175.44 neckline of the inverse head and shoulders pattern. If you can't clearly see that, I will just draw it here for you. All right, I know it's a little sloppy there, but you do have that pretty clear there. I'm not saying this thing's going to go straight up, but it does look like it's going to go straight up here. Pull back, daily 9, retest the neckline of that inverse head and shoulders. And now, honestly, guys, we're probably going to start pushing up here to 193.47. This thing looks freaking phenomenal. That's all I'm going to say on that. You're watching 182.75, 189.33, and 193.47. If you pull back, you're watching 175.44. Not looking like you're going to pull back, though. ARM, how we looking, guys? How we looking? Are we cooking? Are we cooking with Crisco? It's looking freaking beautiful, all right? You pull back. You're literally just consolidating in your heavily traded zone here, all right? We knew this was probably going to be treated as a demand zone if we got above it, all right? Beforehand, when price was down here, I pointed this out. I said, if we get this and you pull back, then, this is going to be a demand zone, okay? This whole area, buying opportunity, especially if you pull back to the bottom of it. I had this exact arrow. If we got above here, above 145, we knew the pullback down to the bottom of the range was going to be a buying opportunity. Why? Because the bottom of the range was where you broke out. You were consolidating here, and then you broke out from that consolidation. We knew there was confluence down there. We knew there was an uptrend down there. We knew, like, right below, you also had this 0.618 fib. We had the confluence going, and now buyers have stepped up right where they, it made perfect sense for them to step up. It's looking like you're about to start pushing. All right. The overall market is going to push like it looks like it is. ARM's going to be, something that benefits from that. We'll probably see a move up to 152.55, but more specifically 153.50, which is where we have that 0.618 fib here going from this whole move down. Okay, so I do think 153.50 is on the table this week. You're currently at 140.55. There's a big gain for you. Okay, MU, what do you got going on, guys? I'm just going to say this is the weakest of the bunch. There's not really a reason to be touching this when we're talking about all these bullish setups here. It's much easier to just go along with the momentum there, go along with the thing that's already doing good, and just get your piece of the pie than trying to catch a comeback story over here, which is what we have on MU. All right, so, Nvidia, Avgo, AMD, TSM, ARM, they're all looking way better than this guy. I'm just going to cover it because we cover it all the time. MU pulled back to this daily 9 moving average. We said if it loses here, it's probably just going to revisit down here at 91.47. We did end up having buyers start stepping in, but it doesn't look too good here in the weekly chart. We do know this pullback is going to be a buying opportunity because you did get above here. You made the higher high. That was also your double bottom neckline right there. We did not get the daily close above, but if you can get a daily close above 111, you have a double bottom neckline here. Bottom, bottom, double bottom neckline there. You break out, you come up here to 130. Okay, resistance on MU is 104.76, 111, 121.01, 127.27. Support is going to be this 96.18 gap fill, and if not, you can see where I have my alert down here coming down to 91.47. Okay, but again, there are better things for you to pay attention to right now. We're going to come over here to Bitcoin, and I'm just going to say this actually looks like it's judging by how these miners look, this thing's probably going to start pushing up. All right, I know, miners go with Bitcoin, but, sometimes miners give you the hints to where Bitcoin is going to be going. It is currently consolidating underneath the daily 9. This is why, I know I sound annoying when I say it. I know you guys don't want to hear about the stupid 90 EMA. I don't even want to hear about it most of the time, but I'm telling you right now, just respect it and it will respect you. You come pull back into it, it will get your reaction. It could be any short-term moving average. I just use the 9 EMA over there as my short-term moving average. You are finding sellers there on the weekly time frame. You're not looking too bad. You found buyers off of the weekly 9 there. And, if you close out with this lower wick there, you could very well be, starting to see buyers turn this around. But, just because of what I'm about to show you on the crypto stocks, I do think this is going to be getting over here. Okay. But, if it gets over 62,859, you are probably going to be taking a shot at 65K again. Okay. Which I'm actually just going to put it right there, 66.5. That is what we're going to be paying attention to. All right, you got those. On the downside, of course, we're just going to be watching around 58K, which is the 0.618 fib. Coin, though, Looking juicy. You're cooking. Okay, you are cooking. You broke out from the falling wedge. You actually just back tested it as of this week. You found buyers in the golden pocket and you started moving back up. I personally said that I think this one's going to come down here and make a lower low. And MSTR was the one that I'm going to be watching. But yeah, no, you did find buyers right when I said that. So yeah, okay. You found buyers here on the retest, on the golden pocket test. You have this hammer candlestick with increasing volume. You probably get buyers stepping back in here early next week. Okay. And then from there, above 175.39, we watch 191.21. MSTR, this is the one that's really looking like it's just going to straight up advance here and head up to 200 bucks. You know, I was hoping you got a bigger buying opportunity there. You did not. You pulled back to the daily 9, and that was all she wrote, guys. A lot of the time, that's all she wrote. And it is what it is. You can nibble here, you can nibble here, and then at the end of the day, you know you're right if you're buying with time or you're loading up shares on pullbacks. But you know, the big buying opportunity would have been the full-on retest of down here where you broke out from 143. Did not get it, and it looks like you're just going to come back up, all right? So above 183.70, we watch for 200 to be tested. Because this thing looks so strong, I have to assume, you know, someone knows something. Someone is thinking Bitcoin's going to be going up. I'm liking it. Mara over here, not exactly the best look in my personal opinion, but it's not the worst here on the weekly time frame. You do have that hammer candlestick on the week. You're underneath the weekly 9, so we don't like to see that. We want to get above it this week, which, you know, we're just going to say get above 17 bucks, and that'll start looking better. But on the daily time frame, you closed out right here at supply, get above 1672, and you probably start pushing back up here and probably start targeting 1884. And then 1991 above that. And then at the end of the day, we're just watching 2190, which is going to be your 0.618 fib. All right, CLSK, this is one that did start popping off on Friday. You do have that hammer candlestick on the week. You broke out of that downtrend over there, okay? And you technically just got a retest of that. I know it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but you did get that retest. You know, you can see it on this weekly time frame, okay? Pull back. You're looking like you're going to start moving, all right? So although Mara wasn't looking the best there, CLSK, you have the same look. You're pushing right back into your supply here, okay? So I'm not going to deny. But above 975, we're watching for a move up to 1084, then 1275, okay? You know, actually, I'm just going to do that. Screw this whole mess right here. We'll put that, okay? So above 975, we watch 1047, 1144, 1275, which is my target here. 1275. I'm not playing it, but that is, I was going to play it. I was planning on playing it. Then I decided it's not even worth it. I'm just going to play MSTR and coin if they give me what I want. Now, guys, we are going to the part of the video where we're going to discuss some setups going into the following week. I know it's already a 30-minute video. We're going to try and run through this as quick as possible here. Yeah, hit it with the speed round. I'm gonna go over the get out of the way, the stuff that we already did go over earlier, the FANG stocks, semiconductors, all of those. These are the ones I did think have setups. I will be focusing on this this week. All right, these guys are kind of, you know, the things that will be moving, guaranteed moving with the market. So I do give them much more weight when they set up than all these other, you know, tickers I point out here. So let's go over those first. We're going to run through them quick because I already talked about the setups, but we're going to start off here with Microsoft. Pull back to this uptrend. You have the 4-hour RSI already in oversold territory. It's been there for quite some time since the start of the week. But yeah, you're right here on the 0.618 fib. Uptrend action. You got the, you know, this break and retest level of 413.10 if you come a little bit lower. I like it. Okay, I like it right where it's at. And if buyers are going to step in, it's probably going to be right here. And then I'm looking for a move up to 425.86. Meta, this is one immediately in the short term. It's probably going to push up to 600 bucks. So, you know, I'm just going to say this one that if you didn't already start loading up, if you're not already in this guy, you're probably not getting too much out of him. Honestly, the weeklies probably go nuts this week with how we closed last week. That's something to note. But yeah, play at your own risk here. It's clearly in a complete, you know, momentum mode right here. And I think we are going to 600 bucks. Amazon, this is one that, again, you know, the buy zone was down here. I was very vocal about it when it was happening. I hope some people, you know, stepped up to the plate with me, because I think Amazon's about to make us real happy. I think we're about to see 190 plus this week, and then back up to 195. And that's what I was saying. If you're buying the November expiration down here and you get back above 190, that's going to be your 75 to 100% gain. And that's what I was saying earlier in the video, guys. You know, that's a month and a half of time. We know with how this looks, it already got over the 0.786 fib. All right, guys. Already got over there, so we know it's probably going to be targeting the highs. If it gets over here, we know this pullback is a buying opportunity. Well, what happens when it pulls back to the perfect spot? We're going to take our shot. All right, and you're going to do it some time, because yeah, we could have went with October contracts, and you know, we didn't have to price in this earnings over here, October 18 expiration or something like that. You can do that. All right, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, you have a lot less time to see that move come to life. I knew how the market was setting up. I just, you know, I think it's much better to take less money and less risk. I think it's much easier to do that. And we all know, you know, this is a fruitful move right here. It's going to give you some money. Even if you're playing with a month and a half, you still are, if you get a $10 move, you're going to be up 100%, just about. You know, that's kind of how I'm thinking about this. And I really do hope I influence people to think that way, because I see a lot of people just blow themselves up, and that sucks. So just, you know, this is literally how you don't do that. And you can move when the market breathes. It moves in cycles. This, we talked about it before it happened, and now it's here. Buying opportunity. We're probably going to see 190 to 195 this week. That's what I'm thinking. All right. You are right underneath the daily 9, so got to get above there. But let's see how this goes early on this week. Nvidia, the thing's looking freaking and crazy, explosive. Breakout from that downtrend, break above 127.67. Probably going to start a move up to 140.76. All right, TSM, I already spoke about that. Weekly chart is looking absolutely insane. All right, pull back to that weekly 9, pull back to your inverse head and shoulders neckline there, and now you're pushing. I'm targeting 189.33 and then 193.47. All right, I wish I held what I bought, but you know, it is okay. This thing's probably going to be moving up in the short term. I'd say this thing, out of all the chips, looks like it's this and Avgo probably have the best shot at reaching a new all-time high first. AMD, what do we got, guys? It's really on the weekly chart that I want to just focus on this guy. Big flag breakout, all right? You have your touch points. It's a valid pattern here. You just had a big breakout. You saw what happened when you had a while of consolidation over here. I remember seeing this, and I just didn't want to participate until it was somewhere up here, right here. And then I tried catching this next move up, and I remember, you know, we did. It was just driving me freaking bonkers. Yeah, that is just about to happen, guys. All right, so that's 161 days of consolidation. You've been in this one for 250 days. We're probably about to see a large multi-month move here over on AMD. So I think it's about to be turned back into a leader over here. Time to watch. Tesla. All right, 271. That's the short-term target. Big event this week. That's all I really want to say about it. You held your uptrend. Pulls back 233.09. I still stand by that. That's your buying opportunity for that move up 271. I don't think it's going to happen. I think, you know, it's just going to be moving up. So keep it on your radar. Coin, we already talked about it. Break and retest off of that fallen wedge pattern. Looking pretty juicy. Looks like it's probably going to be moving up. Okay. Oxy. Now this one's free money. I'm going to point out the free money play right here, okay? I already pointed out the other day to it's like 4 o'clock in the freaking morning. Oh, look at that, guys. I love being followed on Twitter by other big people with thousands of people. And I'm like, oh, the information I post. These other people who also post the valuable information, they think my info is valuable. It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel validated, I guess we could say, guys. I actually made a Twitter post about this one and deleted it because it just got backlash on the post. And someone was like, oh, post proof of Warren Buffett buying down here. And, you know, in my head, when I posted that, I was like, I know for a fact Warren Buffett was buying at these prices when it was, you know, going up. I remember it. It was a big event. And yeah, either way, apparently people really like Oxy. People don't like Oxy. People thought I was, you know, regardless. I said it was a long-term buying opportunity because the weekly RSI was down here and oversold territory is literally right here. It was the day of the bottom. Why? Because the day of the bottom is when I posted it because it had the daily bullish divergence going on over here on the RSI. Now we see a breakout from this big downtrend. All right. So you've had a big downtrend here, you know, 2.5, not super big, but 2.5 month downtrend. You just broke out from that weekly chart. looking insane. Okay, weekly candle last week looking insane. You got above the weekly 9. I think it's going to start moving up to 58 bucks in the short term. I was looking when I posted it the other day. I think it was somewhere in this candle. It was around 54 bucks. I was saying 56 to 58 in the short term. I do think that is still going to be the case. Okay, I think we're about to push up to 56. You are retesting the bottom of the zone, but at the end of the day, this is a monster candle. We have a monster catalyst that Biden ignited, I'm pretty sure. And I think oil is going to be moving and grooving. And then you come over here to CL, and I was looking at that as well. You just got your breakout. So, very likely that we start seeing this whole, sector start. I know things are already moving and grooving here, but probably continue is what I'm saying here. All right. See how ZOM is there? Well, Ox is down here. It's about to probably play some catch up. Even if CL pulls back there right at that downtrend, Oxy probably plays some catch up compared to, it just has not participated in a rally. All right. So that's Oxy for you. Free money, I say. Let's look at it this way. All right. You have earnings right over here, November 11th. You can buy the early November expiration. I think it's, November 1st. That is what we're looking at right there. Free money, 58C. I think they're going for around $1 when I was looking at the other day. You see a move up to 58 bucks. I think I was looking at that. That was going to be a 100% gain, 75 to 100% gain. I don't know, something around there. But yeah, free money opportunity with those early November calls, in my personal opinion, for a move up here to 58 to 59 bucks. Dell, what are we looking at, guys? Weekly chart is what I really like here. I was going to say I'm going to keep pounding the table on this one. I know I literally said it right here. On this ugly day right there, I said I'm going to keep pounding the table. I think this dip is a buying opportunity, and I do think this is just like IBM's chart. And I remember being faked out by IBM and thinking it was over when it pulled back and then it rocket shipped. All right, Dell is probably in the early stages of that, and on the weekly chart we could see it is really consolidating, dance around that daily the weekly 9 there. It's ready to advance up here to like 130, 135 ish. I think we're about to be moving and grooving over here. Okay, so that's Dell. Shop, I'm just going to point out you closed at the 0.786 fib, looking like that. This is right where sellers would step in if they're going to, but above here, okay, we'll just say above this resistance at 83.39, you move up to 91.57. Crowd, now we mentioned this. All right, we mentioned this down here. We mentioned this when it was set up like this. All right, and this is your break and retest opportunity off the setup. We already called this out. All right here, it's a double bottom setup, ugly double bottom, and this is your neckline. We literally called this out. Get above here, probably coming up here. Well, this is the break and retest of that setup for the move up here. Okay, look at that. Nice dick and balls action. All right, is that PG enough for this channel? I have no idea. I don't know what the people monetize and want. I just know if I don't swear, yeah, I don't think they'll care. I think that they won't care. I really don't know what these people look at. I know they're not, the ad people, they're not targeting kids on this channel, at least. Very glad we don't have a channel based around that. That would drive me freaking nuts. Freaking nuts. That's, that's just, hey, if someone has a kid's channel and they're an adult, they're definitely just doing it for money. Let's look at it that way. There's no way you have a passion to keep entertaining kids. You don't have that passion. Maybe you do. I don't know. May everybody's different. It's just not me. Crowd over. I like talking about this. I met someone the other day. He had like 25K on a dog channel. In my mind, I'm like, I got 9K on like a channel that's like strictly money. It's cool. Like all these people, like there's a lot of money like in the audience. I know you get like, there's got to be millions and millions and millions of dollars amongst all of us that, we're continuous to talk. I think that's so cool. All right. So in that moment, I was like, nah, I got the cooler thing. Even though we got less people, I didn't say nothing about it, but I was like, yeah, I'm really glad I don't have a channel that I am forced to post to grow. Like just dog videos. That would get, kind of boring after a little while. But this is my passion, so I don't get bored on this. This is your cup and handle. We knew this pullback was a buying opportunity for that cup and handle. We pointed out this break and retest opportunity when it presented itself. Crowd had the, not crowd over here, crowd and CRM. They both had big scares over there. They provided buying opportunities, and now we are advancing, okay? So we called out, just like we called out on crowd the other day, not the other day, the last chart we looked at over here. We called this one out. You got this little basing ugly double bottom pattern before I move up to 320. That is going to be your 0.618 fib. I think that is going to be tested here. But same thing on CRM. You were hitting this base right here. You had this downtrend break. This pullback was a buying opportunity. We pointed that out. I wish I bought it. I do. But you know, at the end of the day, it was the buying opportunity right at the exact perfect spot there. You can see on the weekly time frame, and now you look like you're heading up to all-time highs. So that is something to take note of. I do think you are going to be coming back up here above 318.71. Break above 296, we'll call it. You're coming up to 318.71. Cat, how are we looking over there, guys? We again call this out as your buying opportunity there. Cat was looking pretty, you know, monstrous over here. You had an inverse head and shoulders pattern going on there. You know, this thing was looking like a beast. And, you know, I look at it this week. I didn't look at it last week. But what the heck? The thing skyrocketed. Wow. All right. So pullbacks are buying opportunities over here on Cat. I actually got a Cat shirt the other day. It was a gift. So that's cool. I'll be wearing a bright yellow Cat shirt. Oh, yeah. That's me. Pullback between 364.43 and 382.01. That's going to be your buying opportunity. Your weekly 9 is going to be right there. So you pull back to that weekly 9. That probably does create your next buying opportunity if I had to guess. So no matter where price is, maybe it's right here, 375-ish. If it pulls back this weekly 9, that's probably going to be your next buying opportunity for the move up, another leg up. AI, we pointed this one on like before the downtrend break over here. All right, we literally pointed out right here. We thought it was going to push up this downtrend and break out. It did do that. It did not move. Okay, it has not done the move that I was, actually calling for. Now I'm going to say it is just dancing around here. It looks like it's doing something like that, something like that, something like that before actually having that advance. So it is something that if you want, keep on your radar. It is more volatile. So that's why I was saying I put the things I give more weight at the front of this list here, which are the big boys, the heavily traded stocks that we know are going to be moving with the market. We know the market's looking mighty bullish right now. So those are going to be the main beneficiaries of the market moving higher. AI, I can't guarantee it's going to be participating in that. I could just point out you do have this bullish setup. You're at the bottom of this range here. And it does look like you're probably going to be moving up after this consolidation is done. D-King, this is one that we called out at towards the bottom. We called it out on this downtrend break. We called it out somewhere over here. We've played this one a few times along this thing, and I'm just going to point out, I know on the daily time frame, this looks kind of sloppy, right? It looks sloppy. Come over to the weekly time frame. This looks phenomenal. All right, phenomenal. The target at the end of the day was up here at the 0.618 fib. You did get sellers there. I'm not going to say I played that whole move, but I am going to say right now, this is your break and retest off of the downtrend. I think this thing is going to be going higher, and this is probably just a stopping point, a pivot point for that. Just put it on your radar. Oklo, all right. I actually forgot to mention this on the pullback. I was kind of feeling dumb about that, but I was definitely, when I was watching there, little faked me out there. Took off half the position for decent gains, but just literally sold the remaining 2 over there around break even. This thing is now skyrocketing again. This thing just had a breakout. I saw this on Twitter a while back, and I kind of just kept it on my radar. And I was like, after this consolidation is probably going to be breaking up. So I tried playing it. This thing is probably heading up here to 1350. I think probably in the short term, potentially this week. So something to keep on your radar if you want to. Highly risky trade idea here. Daily RSI is already there. We can see, if it goes for a ride, it really does start going for a ride right around where it is right now. And then we could start seeing these really big boy moves. I know it didn't really look like it was moving big over there, all right? But this thing is clearly a momentum trade. It is a risky momentum trade. And you're kind of just jumping in. If you want a clear spot to jump in, that odds are going to be in your favor, 976. Okay, but you already had the break and retest off that level, so I don't think you're going to retest it. I think you're just going to start shooting up here again. Nvx, this is one that you did start breaking out of this multi-week range over here. Okay, you got this for a week, a month and a half over here, so that's 6 weeks. You're not pulling back into the top of that range. If this is going to find buyers, it's going to be right here before it starts advancing. I'm not going to be touching it, but this is definitely something that, could very well move. All right, I've seen this one move a lot before, and I think a move could be just about to start up. Roblox, weekly time frame. You can see a break and retest going on here. You did break out from that downtrend, so I do want to say this pullback is probably going to be a buying opportunity, and then you go higher. It's finding buyers right here in this, top of this little inverse head and shoulders pattern right here. It is finding buyers right there. Hammer candlestick, increasing volume on the day on Friday. If buyers are going to step in, it's going to be right over here. So I'll just put it on your radar. All right. Sofi. This is one that I think is going to be heating up. This is one that, the pullback is probably over. I think we saw it in this consolidation, but this weekly chart really stands out to me. I think we're probably about to see an advance up to 918 and then 1049. I really like this setup. And I want to hammer it freaking home so hard. This thing looks like it is going to explode. This looks like it is literally just winding up here before another leg up, and this leg could very well have a 20% gainer on it. Okay? I think it's possible to get back up here. We've broken out from the downtrend. Let's just look at it this way. If we're going to have our golden pocket, we're at least targeting up here. That is 12% above. That's $1. That is going to move these contracts a lot. You get up here, that's a $2 move and a 23% move, and that's still in that golden pocket. I'm looking for anywhere from 950 to 1050. All right. I'm liking SoFi stock so flipping much right now. Bottom of the range, I pointed out down here. I gave up on it. I was not watching it. It is a slow mover until it likes to move, and I think it's about to move. Okay. Upstart, this is one that we pointed out before it moved up. It did move up. And now I pointed out this pullback opportunity, if it does pull back, is just the cup and handle. All right. It's forming the handle for the cup and handle pattern. And I still stand by that. I drew this pattern when it was somewhere down here. It is now advancing. I think by the time you come back up here, I think it's going to be ready for another boom, boom kind of move. On the weekly chart, you could kind of see it just grinding. It's the same kind of thing as SoFi, where, you're just kind of storing this energy and you're going to release it at some point. I think this is kind of looking great. Just my opinion. Okay, BA. This I'm gonna preface this one by saying I just posted a chart last week saying this is a garbage stock. Best to avoid garbage stocks because every single time I pointed out a bullish setup here, it doesn't go my way. I can't say I played all of them that I've been calling out on the channel because I got trolled sometime over here. I got trolled by BA and I just didn't play it again. But yeah, every time I think this thing's about to move up, it doesn't. So just know. This thing likes to be a troll, and until it goes, it's going to keep being a troll. This is potentially the start of it going, though. Okay, now we got to see if it's actually going to confirm that it's starting to turn around. We're going to see, a few green candlesticks here on the weekly chart. But on the daily chart, this could be the very beginning of a breakout, and we could very well be coming all the way up here to 170. Current price is 155. That is a move that is not looking too bad. Okay, and you literally could target 163.50. Above 158.43, you're looking for a move to 163.50 and then 170.04. But falling wedge breakout, you are also in your golden pocket from that move to there. Okay, right at the bottom of it. This is the last one I have for you guys today. Netflix, I just want to point out break and retest action here on the weekly time frame. I like how, same thing. You're just kind of storing that energy here. You're just building up there. It's probably going to get released. Okay. And I know that sounds nice and hippie, guys. Just know that is not how I mean that. Okay. We're not talking about spiritual energy or anything like that. I'm talking strictly about there's a lot of buying and selling here. There's a lot of tight transactions happening. At some point, one side gives and you see explosions. That's what I mean, exactly what I mean when I say these things, all right? It's not me being a hippie or anything. It's literally me pointing out you have a ton of buy and sell orders just clashing with each other here. At some point, one side is going to say that I am stronger, and then you have that one side just exploding, and it's probably going to be the upside here. All right, so look for an advance over here on Netflix above 720, guys. We could be very well heading to that 750 cycle level. That is that. All right, guys, so that's what I have for you guys today. I'm just going to give a brief little summary of the top setups that I want people to pay attention to this week, guys. Nvidia, the thing's freaking ready to explode. It's ready. It's ready to go. It's going. Nvidia, Okay, next one. What are we talking about? TSM. It's ready to go. It's coming up here to all-time highs. There's your momentum. Okay, you want to talk another one. Okay, we're talking, where's the laggard right now? Where's the, good buy the dip opportunity right now that has not bounced at all? Microsoft. That's Microsoft for you. I'm not going to say it's a strong setup. It's not. Okay, it's not something that's showing strength. It's the weak one right now. If you want strength, you're looking at Meta, you're looking at Nvidia. That's that. Okay, what do we also have? Amazon. This is one that I'm not, you could play it short term, but I think the decent buying opportunity, it was in this buy zone. I think we're going to be seeing 190, 195 this week. Okay, AMD, fresh breakout from this weekly bull flag, likely gets a lot of short-term buying pressure there, short-term momentum. I'm liking it in the short term. Loving it, actually. Okay, what's your free money play of the week? Oxy, 58C. Early November expiration, November 1st. I think they're going for about $1 if I'm remembering correctly. This right here looks like it's at least going to get some continuation. Okay. The only reason I say, hey, get some time is because we don't know if it wants to pull back in the short term. What if it does exactly what it did over here? It got above the weekly 9 here and it pulled back and then it advanced. Okay. It took some time. What if it does that? Wouldn't you would be real mad at me. Okay, maybe you'll be mad at yourself. I get mad at myself at this point. But I know if people are taking the trade idea based off what I'm saying, they're going to be mad at me. I'm telling you right now, if it pulls back in the short term, it's a buying opportunity for that move up to 58.50 to 59. I like it. Okay, what's another one? Dell, looking absolutely phenomenal over here. You're, fading this dark cloud we have over here of gloom. You're fading it with the hammer candlestick. I'm liking how we are looking over there. All right, guys. So those are the top setups that I have going into this week. All right. Just to say them again, we got Amazon. Microsoft is the weak one. We got that one, but we got Amazon, Nvidia, TSM, AMD, and Dell and Oxy. Those are the strong ones that I would be focusing on this week. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate your time. And with that being said, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.